guys, welcome to my kitchen. So I was requested to teach you guys how to make Tamagoyaki, which is loosely translated as a Japanese omelette or Japanese rolled egg. So we're going to start with 3 eggs. I took it out of the fridge a little bit ago, so it's back to room temperature. And sugar. The sugar I use is the Japanese jouhakuto, which is fluffier and a little more milder in the sweetness compared to granulated sugar over here. But you're welcome to use granulated sugar. Just maybe take back a little bit of how much you put in because it's sweeter. Also, here is soy sauce. We use the low sodium version, and I throw in a couple of hot red peppers just to kind of give it a kick. But you can use any kind of soy sauce with usukuchi shoyu, which that's the shoyu light. That means that the color is lighter, but the sodium content is actually higher, so don't put in as much. That'll make the eggs brighter, but saltier, so don't put in as much. Koikuchi shoyu, which is what you normally call the soy sauce over here. Just you can use as much as I'm putting in. And one more ingredient is the one and only fancy table salt. I just use table salt. You can go fancy and use, Himalayan pink salt or I don't know, mojio, which is kind of salt taken from seaweed. But that's up to you. It's a basic staple dish in Japanese breakfasts, and you can pretty much do any kind of combinations. Throw in different vegetables. You can put a layer of nori in it, but it's very flexible. So let's do the basic one, and let's go from there. So first, we will be cracking the eggs. So just crack eggs, 3 eggs. I put it into one container. You can put it into a different dish so you don't get shells in it, but I don't do that anymore very often, so I just kind of... I'm in the school of crack it on a flat surface and then separate it, throw it in the trash can, but some people do it on the edge. I think you get shells easier that way. 1, 2, 3. I wipe the surface down where I cracked it, and I'll wash my hands really quick. So I am going to put in a teaspoon, kosaji, 5 milliliters or 5, say 5 grams, but that depends on what you're measuring. So I put 1 and 2. Then teensy bit of soy sauce. Beep. It's just to flavor it, and we don't want to color the whole egg. And a little bit of salt. So I'm going to whisk this with chopsticks. Basically, you can use your whisk or whatever, but the main thing is that you want to break apart the egg yolks and the egg whites and mix them well together. And make sure the sugar's melted in there. Don't worry about the bubbles or non-bubbles. Now some people like to strain this so they don't get like little clumps of white. But if you mix it really well, it's breakfast. Don't worry about it. Okay, fairly well mixed, I think. Now, we are going to get the pan ready. This is the pan that I use. It is your classic Japanese Tamagoyaki pan. And we're going to heat that up. Mine's made out of copper. Yours could be maybe a non-stick pan. You can also use frying pan, your normal frying pan. The shape of it is going to help it make it into that beautiful rectangular shape at the end, but you know, you can use this and do the same thing basically. I'm gonna go with the tradition. So you want to heat it up. I actually set it to a very high heat in the beginning, and I have, show this to you, I just have a piece of kitchen paper, or also known as just paper, what is it called? Paper towels, that's what it's called in English. Okay, so we're gonna soak it in, sorry I didn't say that earlier, vegetable oil. Soak it so you can see me cooking. So again, I put it on high heat. You can adjust the temperature by actually just lifting it. Okay, but fairly high heat. At a 8 out of a 10. Okay. Then I use vegetable oil to coat my pan. Make sure you get those edges really well. Okay, just put it right back into the oil cup here. Now you know it's hot enough when you can see the oil kind of making some shapes on it. I don't know how to explain it, but you can see you can see the little lines, like when rain falls on the windows, get that lines, you know it's hot. Okay, now again, it's your eggs. Use about a third of the amount. Oh, that was like a little bit more than that. Sure you go all the way. If you go too far, it brings the whole egg with you because it's so slippery. You see the bubbles, you kind of tap it, make it go away, pop it. Okay. You can see that it comes away from the edges. There you can see. Comes away from the edges. Help that around, help that out. Picking it up from the edges. Fold. I feel like that first one can be a good tight roll. And then roll from there. By spreading your chopsticks, kind of get the edges at the same time. Make that even roll. Now push it up to the top. And this doesn't seem like I need it much, so, but just a little bit of oil to make sure it's coated. And the other 2/3 of the egg, I'm just going to go ahead and put that all in there. Make sure you lift the egg that you have, that you've cooked, so the liquid egg goes under it. See, lift and let it go under. That connects the two eggs, to connect the two rolls. Okay, now it's, as you can see, it's coming off from the edge very easily. That's when you can roll it. Don't worry about the egg being fully cooked. The residual heat will cook it afterwards. Okay, flip. It's kind of a flip and roll at the same time, I think. Oh, got a little piece caught there. That's okay, just pick that up, fix it. One more flip to cover it up. Okay. Flip all the way. And you just make sure you shape it. Now I did have this ready. Sometimes it sticks on, and having a spatula to get the whole thing at the same time helps. Personally, I like using just the chopsticks. I use Snow Peak's, what is it called? Silicone chopsticks. Just doesn't hurt any kind of surface that way. Okay, turn it off. And we're going to move it to the rolly thing. Makisu. Makisu. You use it for rolling, sushi, all that good stuff. Here, let me see if I can move you guys with me. Haha. Okay. So flip. Get that kind of nice golden look there. Some people like it that way, some people don't. I think it gives it a nice color. Okay, don't roll it too tight. So I went over it once. Don't roll it too tight. You don't want to squish the egg, but you want to shape it. So make it into an oval. Okay, and just set it down. And it's going to stay there for about a minute. The residual heat is going to cook the eggs that are inside fully. And we're going to cut the ends to make it all clean looking. How to dress it, you can put some grated daikon radish, and grate that up. Squeeze the liquids out, and then plump on top and put some soy sauce on it. Or you can have kizami shoga, kizami beni shoga, so the pink ginger slices. You can put that on the side, and you can have that with it. So many ways. Just think omelet. Okay, so it probably hasn't been a minute, but probably enough for this to set. So unravel it. Beautiful shape. See how it's uniform now because you use this. Now if you don't have a makisu, you can use a towel. Just grab a towel. Make it into a good size that's easy to roll for you. And then you get some wrap, put that down. I know you can't really see the wrap very well, but then you can put your egg. The egg might make the wrap shrink a little bit, but don't worry about it. It's okay. So you kind of wrap it so you don't want to get the towel dirty. And use the towel to shape it. Roll and shape. Okay, it's not going to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't even have to do that part if you don't want to. Okay. Now we're going to slice the eggs. Like I said, we're going to get the edges off. You can see that the edges are a little drier because they're thin. They cook faster. And this side too. And these are yummy. Just eat it. You cooked it, you get that reward. Okay. Middle, 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 middle. Basically, I cut it in half, cut it in half, cut it in half until I get 8. Okay. Here you go. You see it? Tamagoyaki. the rolls. Let's see the rolls. Like I said, if you strain it, you won't get those white spots. Some people like having that to give it some pop. Some people don't. I just don't do it because that's one more thing to do and one more thing to clean. Okay. And